and welcome back. I am Zima today, joined by Yafa,
Right.
back
It
on the broadcast. We
wouldn't
have Pretty Derby versus Eternal Clairvoyance
I
for
would
the second match of the
believe
day.
Yeah, the
how are you doing,
second
Alpha?
match of the day
Go back.
already. We've got four matches, which I am looking forward to. Which one are you most looking forward to? Because I know there was quite a bit of hype about the last one today.
In there because there's now two.
Yeah, the last one will be a
You
match
could
between the
replace the
two top teams, I believe.
so
But before
like
that, we're gonna have to
yeah
watch some of these matches. Pretty
yeah.
Derby right
That's
now
correct.
on 1-1.
If you go
Um,
back one,
and
you said it out.
Eternal Clairvoyance just
Did you
won
accidentally
their
put it
first
in your
game as well. Uh, Hold on.
Yes, they did indeed win the previous match. A rescheduled round 5, I believe. So a lot of rounds to play in this group round robin stage before the playoffs will be happening. I believe tomorrow. So it's always going to be exciting to see how that is going to turn out. We've got another few matches ahead of us, but these two teams, I am curious as to how they are going to be going about because, well, Eternal Clairvoyance, they've lost their first two round matches, so if they really want to be making it through, they've definitely got to be picking up this win.
Yeah, it is a must win on every single match from now on for Eternal Clairvoyance if they want to make it to the bracket. Pretty Derby also sitting pretty on the standings, but as well they will have to uh, win as many matches as possible as they have gotten themselves one loss. Not as dire as it is for Eternal Clairvoyance, but still pretty. So gonna need some wins here for this team. As we can see
For
the
sure.
standings, yeah, Group B looking a little bit closer than Group A here, as we already have the Unsundered out of the running for this group.
Yes, but we do have an extra match played in Group A between the Unsundered and Eternal Clairvoyant. So that is going to be skewing the rankings just a little bit, at least for now. But we are starting to see quite a few top teams starting to poke their heads out. We've got Last Call, Sinners Suckers, Heavy Hitters, and Utter Woke Nonsense all there at the top, trying to make a break for it and maybe perhaps even go for quite the uh, run for it.
We're gonna be sorting out some issues, so sit tight for a second. I mean, yeah, I mean, Last Call and Sinner Suckers on 2-0. So far, they're gonna be quite happy with the results of the yesterday's match. Um, but Clairvoyance is heating up so far in this tournament, as they have just won a match against the Unsundered. I mean, and Wind on that Wraith was probably the star player for this team, but as well as that, they have Victory, Duncan, Violet Rose, Pars, and Heck. On the other side, Pretty Derby are sporting Baka, Biscuit, Strudel, Guy with a Mustache, Custom Shadow, and FF Wilwer. And yeah, it should be an exciting match. Both these teams are pretty closely matched by the looks of things. And yeah,
I'm I'm a little bit curious as how to this sorry how this will be going down. Pretty Derby actually having a player who was casting the other day, so my attention is certainly going to be placed on them. While Eternal Clairvoyance, we've only had a couple of matches from them.
yeah. I'm pulling up the info for who won. Who did Pretty Derby win against? Actually, they did win against the same team Eternal Clairvoyance did. So they both played against what is their name? One sec. uh
We've got a looks like our draft
Yeah,
is
Unsundered.
starting up already, so we'll see what kind of bans and picks we'll have now.
Yeah, Pretty Derby will have, I believe, the first ban. Then it will be Eternal Clairvoyance banning another character, and picking up the first pick will be Eternal Clairvoyance, and then it will be a snake draft. Two characters will be picked up by Pretty Derby, two by Eternal Clairvoyance, one by Pretty Derby back. But first pick, our first ban is gonna go to Pretty Derby, and if we can see the same graphic we've seen in the previous match of the most banned and picked characters, that would be great. But we did see Lash being picked almost in every single match except for one, and he has pretty much the highest win rate in this tournament so far, winning, I believe, 8 out of 12 matches that he has been in. So that is probably going to be one of the most important picks to go down in this draft. But we've seen Eternal Clairvoyance sporting that Wraith in the first match of this day. It looked really strong on Wind. That character, I mean, isn't the most meta character at the moment, but Wind made it look like that is the case.
Yeah, we do have a couple of bans already coming through from these two teams, but we've also been talking a little bit behind the scenes about just some of the pick ban rates of some of these heroes. I honestly would love to get a full rundown if we could, but it's I don't know if that's possible. But some heroes have been pick banned. I think like Silver has been pick banned basically every single match that has been played so far. A very popular hero in the meta so far, it would appear. Certainly a character that looks a lot of fun to play as well. But we have a couple of bans coming through. We've got Mina being banned by Pretty Derby, and we also have Lash as well being banned by Eternal Clairvoyance, with Silver being once again picked by Pretty Derby.
Well, all those three heroes are in the top 4 of the most picked banned heroes in this tournament so far, so no surprise seeing them there. But we do see a Warden Ivy coming out from Eternal Clairvoyance. They're gonna start with this little tanky build here as Warden, one of the most tanky heroes in the game. They didn't pick a single tank hero in the previous match, and now they're just starting off on it. Silver obviously is gonna be the tank for Pretty Derby, but Viper and Haze, both very high gun damage characters coming out from Pretty Derby. I mean, you're gonna have to be careful not to overstack the same damage, so you're gonna have to look forward to picking up some spirit characters in the next half of this draft if you're Pretty Derby.
I mean, absolutely. You really do want to have like a balanced roster as much as possible. I always find tanks a bit of an interesting role within video games because they don't really exist in the same way that we treat them in game. Sure, we have literal tanks that roll around the battlefield, but we treat them in a completely different way, tactically and strategically, than we do with tanks in real games. And other games like chess, well, there isn't such a role as tanks. All your pieces can be taken in a single go. So having tanks play out in these kind of compositions always finds, in video games is always quite interesting to me. However, like you were saying, if you do have far too many DPSs like Viper and Haze, they might be the best at them. But if you really then start to limit what kind of options you have available to you as a tank.
Yeah, Paradox ban coming out from Eternal Clairvoyance. They do not want to see the Initiator pick coming out from Pretty Derby. I mean, neither team has picked up an Initiator yet. I mean, Haze, you can argue, can fit into that role with the Sleeping Dagger, but so far, nothing that really a hard initiator. So both Lash and Paradox, who are both probably the best in that role, have been banned. Kelvin ban coming out from Pretty Derby, a support hero, support/tank hero for
Yeah, I mean, you know what? I'm interested to see if we get a team full of all DPS for Pretty Derby. You know, that's going to be my maybe it's a hot call for some, but I think we're going to see 5 DPS come out from here from Pretty Derby. Why not have some fun and blast all your enemies away? Who needs a tank if all the enemies are dead anyway?
Yeah.
I think that's the real strategy here for Pretty Derby that they
Well,
should be going for. So with that in mind, if they did go 5 DPS, what would you think that they should pick?
well, not really sure. I mean, Infernus is still on the menu, but I'm not really sure you need that much damage. I mean, at the same time, you do need to think about the soul allocation, and I mean, I already see Haze is gonna be quite soul hungry. We do see Mo and Krill, another initiator, uh, coming out from Pretty Derby. They're gonna be quite heavy, at the beginning of the fights, but so far, Paige, the first support coming out for Pretty Derby. Uh, yeah, I skipped past Graves, one of the newer heroes. A soul, I believe she's a spirit build kind of heavy character. Um, yeah, obviously, her ultimate does allow her to push lane quite effectively. But so far, I mean, I'm liking Pretty Derby's composition a little bit more. It's more balanced. Obviously, you do have the tank and the DPS roles filled out for clear ones, as I actually really love the dynamic pick here in the latter stage of the draft. I mean, the number 3 picked hero in this tournament so far, only going out as the third pick from the tail end. I mean, it survived for quite a while here.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know what to think about these rosters though. Um, I think that's more of my inexperience of playing these kind of games at such a high level. It's interesting to see because for myself, honestly, you know, I just love to have fun. Why would I want to go and try hard and when I could just have fun playing, you know, let me think. What is my favorite character, honestly? It's really just gotta be, you know, players like Bebop and all these other
Oh,
ones where honestly,
speaking of Bebop,
it's just about I know Bebop's a lot of fun. It's basically like Roadhog, but with if Roadhog was an absolute menace all the time, uh, and who wouldn't
well,
want that? Roadhog, of course, a hero from Overwatch, but that is irrelevant now because we are playing Deadlock, and you know what? I'm so glad to see my boy Bebop here from in being played here by Pretty Derby. I sure hope we're going to be seeing a lot of hooks and pulls and grabs and you name it from them.
yeah, I mean, Pretty Derby have picked themselves up a very initiator heavy uh, team team composition, as 3 of those characters can be classified as such. Hayes, I do think, will have to fill out the carry role as I mean, yeah, the soul allocation will have to go towards that OSIC agent. As on the other side, Wraith, we've seen what Wind could do on that carry hero, and I mean, that's going to be the story of the game. Who's going to get farmed quicker? Will it be Hayes on Pre Derby, or will Wind be the one to prevail here? I mean, I do like Eternal Clairvoyance's roster at the uh, tail end of this draft. It's looking a lot better than they had in the previous game, where it was so DPS heavy that I mean, the mid game was that the thing that you had to look out for. But I mean,
Yeah,
the
but
enemy
you know
team
what? I'm gonna counter that
didn't.
point because
Mhm.
Eternal Clairvoyance they won their previous match, okay, against the Undersundered. Undersundered, they might be at the bottom of the table right now, but they are in fact they won that match with a DPS heavy roster. So you know, I think credit where credit is due. If you win the match, then it doesn't really matter what strategies you pulled off. You won. Well, aside from cheating, don't cheat. Okay, that's not a strategy. Okay, I realized that what I said could be misconstrued, but cheating is not a strategy. That's just called cheating. You're being an asshole. Don't be that. Okay,
Yeah.
go reflect on your actions on the naughty step.
I mean, yeah, all assholes are banned here, as we do see Lash on the ban list of Clairvoyance, and
Wow.
Bebop prevails on the other side. Yeah. uh, I mean, I'm thinking, which roster will be more dominant in the mid game? I mean, obviously, I think Clairvoyance is gonna outscale Pretty Derby by the late game, but I mean, mid game is gonna be very decisive here as well, because Pretty Derby has three characters who can initiate a fight out of thin air by picking off a single character. Dynamo, though, on the other side, has that big team fight uh, ultimate in the Graviton. Oh, I
Yeah.
forget what it's called. I
Yeah,
keep trying. I keep trying to call it Graviton Surge. It's not
yeah,
Overwatch, I know,
sure.
but
Grab Surge. I think there'll be going to be many people though who are not so much of a fan of calling it that. But Dynamo, as you're saying, has a great ultimate that can be used during a team fight if they choose to use it during the team fight. I don't know, fat thing in their base or anything like that. Um, it, it can be really powerful, and I think that might be something to be wary of for Pretty Derby. Like they might have really good initiation, so they might be able to pick small groups of players off before the team fight really comes about. But if they get stuck within a messy team fight, if you start to get I think messy, then perhaps Clairvoyants are going to be coming out on top with some of their great members. You know, you've got Warden, who's like one of the tankiest around. You've got Dynamo, who's got a great mid fight ability. And then you also got like Ivy and Apollo, who can just do some ridiculous damage.
yeah, right on. I mean, at the end of the day, I do think I favor Clairvoyance to win this match. We've seen Wraith performing really well in the last match, but now that they have a more rounded out roster, I think they're going to be even stronger than they were in the last one. Um, Obviously, Silver is a very strong Carol at the moment. Is very tanky with that ultimate, which comes about around about every 15 seconds or so at the very end of the game. But uh, yeah, I mean, I'm excited to see this match, to be honest.
I mean, aren't I always going to be excited to see these matches? Why else would I be here sitting as a caster, deliciously snacking on whatever things I find? Although I do not snack on any cupcakes because that would be, I mean, just think of how horrific that would be. I'm a cupcake. Why would I want to eat any Jaffa cakes or cupcakes? That'd be terrible. But I am here instead, just having a little snack on these security guards I found at the factory. They are going to be absolutely delicious as I try and make my way out of here. Uh,
I mean, that would
as
be
they speak utter
cannibalism.
nonsense.
That if you eat cupcakes, I think that would be classified as cannibalism.
Exactly. I mean, I would not. I mean, I gotta absolutely be any kind of um, cannibalism threats or accusations that have been made to me that I am someone who eats lots of Jaffa cakes or anything like that. And as you can see, that is clearly not the case. And I am not tasty either for any of those people who are going to be trying and have a little bite. But you know what is tasty? It's this match that's going to be coming right up shortly between these two teams. And it's going to be exciting to see which way this is going to be going. I can only hope that these teams are going to be having a having all sorts of fun in this upcoming match. I wonder if we're going to get a long one though. That's the real key. Do you think this match is going to be a long match, or do you think it's going to be a really quick?
Well, it depends on the mid game. Obviously, like if Eternal Corwins will be able to farm such as strong as they did in the last game. I mean, obviously, by minute 27, I believe it was a 40 soul advantage for this team. And Wraith was the spearheaded character that was heading the charge on that soul advantage. But you know, Pretty Derby, before that could happen, they could catch the Wraith off guard while she's farming. And I think that is going to be the plan for this team to try to, not let that Wraith scale as much as she did last game. But coming in this one, let's see what the lanes are looking like. On the left side, we see Mo and Krill and Bebop for Pretty Derby. They're gonna be faced against the Graves and the Ivy. Okay, that's pretty interesting. Two initiators on that left side. What do you think of that?
I have no idea. I'll be honest with the initiators, but if you are going to be having two initiators in a single lane, then I sure hope that they're going to be playing aggressively to try and initiate some fights, because that's probably where your advantage is going to really be. You're not really going to be having much other advantage with the kind of abilities that you have. You're going to be losing out on some of more of the long-term damage, or the team fights, or the tanking, or the wave pushing. So I'm really interested to see how it's going to be going.
Oh, and the first blood goes the way of Eternal Clairvoyance in mid lane. A page falling to Dynamo. The two supports having a bit of a duke out in the middle. And I mean, that's a bit of an early advantage. It's not as catastrophic as it used to be before. Oh, and sorry, that was the right lane actually, as I'm looking over to the map. But she will be back. That little soul advantage is only 300 souls for Team Clairvoyance there, but if they can manage to snowball that, it will of course be a lot bigger.
I have no idea. Sorry. With this though, I mean, as they try and push it into the wave, no doubt, surely they're going to be able to try and find some extra damage onto this. Oh.
Oh.
I don't want to be stuttering around. I mean, that's no way to be playing this. You got to be playing with confidence and know what is going to be happening and strategy in an admittedly what can be quite a complicated little matchup in Deadlock, right? You've got a really nice balance between MOBA and FPS elements, and I feel like they can make it quite complicated, but also as much as it can be.
Sorry to cut you off, Yafa, but I'm seeing a gank on the left side, Apollo, moving over to that lane, trying to catch off the Bebop off guard, or actually they did catch the Mo there. Kind of slacking. Not, I mean, the mid lane didn't tell the left lane that there was a player missing, and that is gonna be paid off by Baka with that death.
Yeah, well, perhaps that is what they were looking for, but I still don't see any kills in the kill feed just yet. Although somebody has spotted that a couple of players are perhaps missing.
I see the enemy.
And as the ultimates come online and the abilities are used, as the Viper is able to get away just in time at the very least. Maybe Loping for that member who's sneaking around somewhere, surely.
Yeah, the left lane seems to be snowballing after that pick. But look at Strudel on 1 HP on a Bebop. I mean, even if you get a hook here, I don't think that either the Graves or the Ivy would be too fussed about that. I mean, you can just easily kill that Bebop, who is gonna have to actually go back and heal up, and that's gonna be an entire wave missed, I think, by this Bebop. That is gonna send the snowball falling even further after this interaction.
Yeah, I do have to agree. If you're having to fall back so much to heal up, and while the gank might not have succeeded in the way that you would have hoped, they were able to get the kill onto Baka previously, and with kills like that, and a situation like that going on them for there, it's not something that you ever want to be having. But it just like we have some great mechanics on the side of Pretty Derby, and I hope that we'll be seeing more, and that might be enough to turn things around for some of these players.
Yeah. I mean, Apollo seems to be... it looked like he was trying to posture the gank on the right side as well. I mean, this character is roaming quite a bit so far. in the early laning stage. As I mean, I think buffs got picked up. I'm not sure by whom, but here we do see a ultimate coming out from Wraith into the grab by the Dynamo here as well. It's gonna secure a kill for them, and I mean that's gonna convert into a lot of damage onto this Guardian.
And that might be what they need to do as well, of course. Getting the right kind of damage in where it's needed. Hopefully it's going to be putting them up into a stronger position as time goes on. But we did see a beautiful kill on screen.
Oh, what a petrifying ball of coming out from Viper. Absolutely nullifying the last stand from this Warden. I mean, doing no damage, and that is a
retreat,
really... Yeah, that's a really good shot there from guy with a mustache to get that ultimate denied. And the mid lane is pretty stalled out. I mean, on the other lanes, it is looking quite favored for Eternal Clairvoyance. Obviously, a lot of damage coming out on the right side onto the Guardian. I think it's one more push. And on the other side,
we see another fight going down here between these two teams. Surely in the successful gank, as 3 members of Eternal Voice are coming here. But all you've got is this one player backer trying their best to try and keep away. Unfortunately, they are going to be going down. Get the kill assist for now, but ultimate and ability is being thrown out. As Eternal Clairvoyance are having to back up, losing one of their own members already as well.
Okay, but I think that's pretty big for Team Derby. I mean, Mo going down without not without a fight, getting the pick at the very last second is gonna mean that you're gonna stave off some pressure from the Eternal Clairvoyance. But in the meantime, I mean, there was a fight going in on left lane, but that distraction did let the rest of the team pick up the first Guardian of the game in mid lane. And now, I mean, Apollo is gonna be freed up even more than he was before, already pushing onto the gank on the right side of the map here, as we do see the Guardian is already so low. I mean, I don't think there's anything that really Derby can do to stop it from falling here.
Perhaps not, but certainly somebody is getting absolutely amazing kill streak already. I think they were doing it well in the earlier matches from what I saw, and this hero as well is, from my opinion, it could be quite the menace if played well. I mean...
Yeah, I mean, Eternal Clairvoyance already 6k ahead. Last game they were tied basically until the 15-minute mark, but now they have quite a sizable advantage as Heck falls down to I'm not even sure who that was, but I'm pretty sure that was in the left lane. And now the push coming out from Pretty Derby, it's going to be devastating here if they cannot stave it off.
The Warden here jumping in to try and find a kill. Finds one already onto Bebop. No, my favorite character going down. And that is going to be a successful little fight there, going in the favor of Eternal Clairvoyance.
Yeah, Eternal Clairvoyance, I mean, they're just extending their lead further and further. Obviously, this Wraith is sitting in lane here on the side, taking up as much farm as she can. And, I mean, would you look at the map? There's 3 people on the side where Wraith is trying to farm. If she gets a little bit too overzealous, that could spell disaster for this carry hero, who isn't really that strong at this point in the game.
Oh, but they are trying to be playing for the earn here as they try and get their kill. One, it goes down. One is point of Rose critical. It gets the 3rd time this fight. Eventually goes down a long last and is slamming into some of these members of Eternal Clairvoyance. It's not going in their favor. Sure, they might have had that build up and the lead that you were mentioning, but this fight did not go in their favor as Wind here is starting to carry extremely strong.
Yeah. Okay, there is a little bit of a fight going on for the pickup of the urn. It is gonna be a one-sided earn is gonna be on the side of Pretty Derby, so it is gonna be a little bit more difficult for Eternal Clairvoyance to secure that. But that does mean that, oh wait, never mind, they catch it in the meantime while they were
Yeah,
while the earn was in the middle. So now they have locked that in, and it's gonna be way easier for them to carry that objectives in.
yeah, but the amount of times that I have seen a player carry earn only to get absolutely destroyed at the very end of the destination is far too high. I mean, you see on the minimap, yes, there is one player protecting them, but there is another just around the corner. But it doesn't matter because here we've got the amazing Silver showing just why they've been killed and picked so many times with a kill assist already, going and turning into the lycanthrope form.
And Soul Earn is turned in by Eternal Clairvoyance. That is gonna be a lot of souls going into the bank accounts of these players. And as well as that, the page who was defending their earn did go down as well. It is a 2 for the price of 1 on the right side of the map. And I mean, at this point, if the game win does go down eventually, but a victory actually on the Straith, I've just noticed, it was obviously Wind in the previous match who was piloting this Wraith, and now Victory is going to be trying to replicate the performance that we've seen from Wind previously.
Well,
Obviously,
I think
I mean,
Wind may be very well be their strongest player, but unfortunately, their 5-kill streak was ended. But it's too busy to be talking about that, as these players are now starting to try and have a little bit of a go at this Guardian to try and maybe have an opportunity. But unfortunately, Pretty Derby are here to try and push back against their little wave push here. And they are able to do so, at least for now, delaying what could have been a bad situation. Oh, Bebop with the beautiful hook. Now for the rest of the team to surely come in and try and capitalize on it, but they aren't able to. And they are able to get away.
I mean, the fight is still going on over here on the left side for the Guardian of 3D Derby. And I mean, Wind going in, trying to cause some trouble for this Bebop, does eventually fall. And now the tower is gonna get converted here on the left side. And they are gonna disperse, gonna try to fix their lanes, which, you know, for how many people there were in the left side of the map, they're not looking too bad. Still, every single Guardian standing for Eternal Clairvoyance. And you cannot say the same thing for Pretty Derby, as, I mean, they have no Guardians left on the map. We will see Wind farm some of these camps here, but yeah, I mean, at this point, Pretty Derby are gonna need the next earn turn in to go their way, because the soul lead is getting out of hand at this point. And I mean, we'll see. Will this team look for the earn pickup early in a minute? I don't know. I mean, it's gonna be crucial for them to do so, as
For sure.
I believe Eternal Clairvoyance are posturing for the pickup on the right side here.
But there is a team fight though that is breaking out here already, and early on, oh, unfortunate death for Gobert, as the rest of the team backs out all of a sudden. I mean, what can you really say here on the left side? Maybe getting a little bit too cheeky and greedy with the positioning, but the team are able to pick it up. Oh,
Yeah,
but another one
another
goes down
person
here for
falls.
Pretty Good Derby. That's not looking good, as yet another player is killed. And there's only going to be a greater difference between these two teams. Already,
Yeah, the
Eternal
soul
Clairvoyance
lead is starting to show itself on this match. You know, Victory on 16k. I mean, they're not really as farmed as Wind was in the last match, but it doesn't matter. As look at that damage. That is what an 8k differential in souls can do to a player. And I mean, they're posturing for this first walker take, and the Viper is gonna try to defend it, but will she be able to? Both these heroes are super farmed, but the silver coming in on the right side here is gonna mean that Eternal Clairvoyance aren't gonna get a single point of damage onto that walker here.
Yeah, as the totally not a uh the new cat from Overwatch who's been absolutely doing the rounds here picks up their teammates to take them around.
Well,
I
I
don't
will
see
argue
any
that
Bastion cats AC-133 AC-130 strategies here. Thankfully, we don't
Oh.
have that going on. But these teams are going absolutely nuts as well. Seeking the shelter of the Walker. But unfortunately, it might not be enough. As they start to chase
Yeah.
down, look around for this player. The Viper
And
doing their best to escape back all the way to the spawn right into shelter.
I
And
mean, they
that they
do
are able to
escape with
do.
their life. There is a pause coming in, but I mean, the walker here is surely gonna go down. And in the meantime, the rest of the Pretty Derby will take down at least 2 Guardians here. I mean, there isn't much defense going on in there, but at the same time, Warden picking up the urn, and I mean, a lot of things going on at once. There's a lot to unpack there, but I mean, while you take the walker there for Eternal Clairvoyance, you're gonna be able to probably stage a fight for the turn in. After you do that, and you know that is gonna spell disaster for Pretty Derby. They are gonna pick 2 Guardians, but at this point in the game, that is barely a consolation. And
Yeah, I've also
we
seen
are
some
coming back into the
as
game
well yesterday, where despite some crazy advantage, they just were not able to pull it through. But I guess that might not be the the outcome today for Eternal Clairvoyance. I don't know what it is, but Eternal Clairvoyance are on an absolute roll today. They seem to be on fire, really wanting to try and get those wins. A complete turnaround from their previous showing, which unfortunately got them a couple of losses yesterday. To be fair, against some pretty top teams at the moment.
yeah, the urn is being guarded by Eternal Clairvoyance. It doesn't look like they want to turn that in, but that is gonna cause a lot of attention from Free Derby to that urn. And I mean, Eternal Clairvoyance are gonna have to get something while that happens. Oh,
I mean, they're currently.
this Viper is going low. It does get the parry though, but it doesn't matter as victory is dancing on the grave of guy with the mustache here. As you know, there's no objective here in this lane, but you know, you do get a pick up a kill. But in the meantime, you are gonna lose that Guardian most likely, as the Graves is the only one defending it. And I don't know, I think that is worth it for Pretty Derby. I mean, at this late in the game, you need anything to get you back into it. And I would take that trade any day of the week. You obviously get less souls if you're ahead by getting kills. And that Guardian is going to open up a lot of space on the left side of the map for Pretty Derby. But we do see a posture here for the Urn turn in. The Dynamo looking down into this little building sees a lot of people actually probably gonna go back. Not gonna.
I think that's the
chance
wise
that.
choice. Let the rest of the
Oh.
team do that. There is one thing though, and while there's a slight lull in the gameplay of the number of catch-up mechanics that are implemented into this game, and honestly, I think that's credit to the developers to have so many opportunities and options for the players to really bring back the match, no matter what state it might be. So giving up is never really an option in Deadlock, and I think
Yeah.
that's just one of the many things that can make it so interesting. As they do choose to drop the urn for now.
Yeah, I mean, while we are staging for the fight, I do want to point out how far ahead Victory is. I mean, 22k on 18 minutes is quite a lot of farm, and she is still farming there in the left side lane. The urn is gonna get picked up by the silver of Biscuit, and that is gonna be a pretty easy turn in, unless Eternal Clairvoyance has
Don't-
anything to say about that.
I was about to say, do not count your chickens too early, because the amount of times that I have seen even in just like yesterday, where somebody was going for an excellent turn in for the urns and hopefully going for a bit of an opportunity shot. Before things turn south, is numerous. But there is a quick fight breaking out already between these two teams as they try and get control over the urn. Viper is going to have to back up already.
Oh, this is huge for Pretty Derby. The urn does go through for them, so that is gonna even out the soul lead a little bit, as everybody will get a cut of that soul. And actually, Silver will get a kill on to win there. The Apollo 4 team Clairvoyance, and that is gonna even out the souls even further. 16k to split between these two teams, and at this point in the game, I mean, it is still quite a bit of a lead, but it's not as big as it could have been if that fight went the other direction.
Yeah, well, Eternal Clairvoyance picking up another buff for them, which should be in their advantage, at least for now. It's kind of unfortunate that Pretty Derby weren't able to pick up the buff when they could, and it's going to be putting them a little bit later as the new Jetpack Cat inspired. No, actually, sorry. I mean, obviously Viper came first, but
by 2 years at least.
Yeah, exactly. I should really be saying that Jetpack Cat is like Viper. You know what I mean? That would be far more accurate.
Yeah. How dare you?
How dare I miss it, bro? This is exactly like oh yeah, Darth Vader from Fortnite. Thanos from Fortnite. Why is Thanos from Fortnite in this movie? Oh gosh.
Oh, wow.
I digress. Unrelated comments, honestly.
Either way, Earth picks up for Eternal Clairvoyance. They're gonna try to deny that comeback potential. And in the meantime, I mean, would you look at Victory on 26k roaming free here in the mid lane, trying to 1v2 basically. It's gonna turn into a 1v3, so they're gonna have to fall back at some point here. But Warden holding that urn on the right side of the map, I mean, that does require attention from 3D Derby, and that will mean that the left side of the lane is gonna be more free for Heck to farm in. There is still a little bit of danger with this big mole walking around, but a lot of the players are kind of posturing for a fight on the right side here. I mean, will Eternal Clairvoyance be bold enough to go for that turn in the next few minutes, or will they just continue stalling this urn?
Yeah, I don't see any. I'm trying to remember the name of it now. Victory urns being chosen this time around, but I did see them in a previous match last time. So if you do want to watch that, perhaps you should watch the VOD of that match, because that was an interesting one to be seeing. But today we don't have any quite so much of these antics. Victory though, with that 28k soul lead that you've been mentioning so many times, on the duelist character no less, is certainly going to be a powerhouse, and perhaps something Pretty Derby are going to be looking to address. But Biscuit is maybe trying to have a little bit of a go. Oh, as the two members here from Pretty Derby are having a go at trying to get a kill onto one of their players. But there is going to look at this just huge big play.
There is a fight.
I'm so sorry.
There is a fight happening on the left side. The ball coming out from Viper, who does fall eventually, but okay, Victory is gonna go low after the bomb explosion here. On 400 HP, is still staying alive, trying to do as much damage as possible into the fight, but Wind going down will mean that a lot of pressure is gonna be shaved off from this push. And I don't think Victory wants to stay around here for too much longer. Obviously, the lead in souls does mean that you are gonna give more souls when you die, but the Silver is gonna be a menace because of the disengage here. She's gonna go in, gets a kill onto Heck here, and Oh, what a great ultimate
He
from
tree.
Force.
Oh!
Getting
Oh my word! I've
so
been
many
mixing my
people
words
locked
so
up.
much in the past couple of fights, but Victory is once again going absolutely huge, finding a double kill out of nowhere onto two members already playing a massive play, contributing to the fight, even despite Biscuit trying their best to, get back with it.
Yeah, and there's still so many players staging for the left side. And actually, Eternal Clairvoyance are gonna be ballsy. They're gonna go for mid boss. I mean, Pretty Derby are not fit to counter this. Look
I'm
at
sorry,
them.
wait.
They're
So
so
what?
far
What are they
away
doing? What are they doing?
from. They're so far away from it. They aren't expecting it. It is a great play by Eternal Clairvoyance. The great read on the state of the map here to go for this, and they pick it up in full. Not even a fight there
And
from
they get all
Pretty
three
Derby.
rejuvenators.
Yeah,
They're not even trying to contest it at this point. I don't know why would you never. It's like.
well, they did
I mean,
it too
I
fast.
understand that Clairvoyant's in a strong position, but you've got to at least have to go and try and claim at least one of those regenerators to try and give yourself and your team a stronger position.
Yeah, that is true, but I think this was a great play by Eternal Clairvoyance. They do find a grab onto someone there, but everybody is low on the side of Eternal Clairvoyance. That does mean that they're gonna be a little bit more hesitant to go in. They still have 2 rejuvenators remaining. Make that. Actually, no. Ivy does fall down. Has expanded that rejuvenator before dying, and I mean, that is not a great look for Eternal Clairvoyance. They do have 2 rejuvenators still, but they will have to wait out for this respawn of this Ivy before going in for another fight. And that does give a lot of air for the Derby to go farm around the map. The urn should be free if they go for it. I mean, obviously you don't know what's around the corner in the streets of New York sometimes, but they will eventually turn that in, and that, you know, is gonna swing things the other way. Look at the soul lead. It is dwindling by the second, and after that fight, it's gonna only be at 9k.
Yeah, but unfortunately, Eternal Clairvoyance, they've pushed so far already. They have such a huge advantage. They have a number of their players already with a huge soul lead over their counterparts. And I just don't think it's going to be matter, but 2 players already are trying their best. A Beatbar here trying to help their own teammate as well to try and escape from the situation, hiding behind this Walker. And with so little health, they are able to get away, but unfortunately, the rest of the team might not have any real option. Wicked here
Yeah.
trying their best to try and pick up a couple of kills around the Walker in this situation.
Oh, and that was a great stun by Page to everybody on the enemy team. You are still down a player, but everybody on the enemy team is low. You do lose a Walker here. Oh, and
Unfortunately,
actually,
Page has just
the
been
fight
out
does
in
go the
air
other way.
for too long and it gets taken down.
Yeah, the soul lead is still too strong for Eternal Clairvoyance. They will be converting this in for some Guardians here, I do believe. And, you know, the base is opened up here. Will you go in? You're still 2 players up. I mean, you do not have the Bebop or the Page fighting for Team Derby. And yeah, it looks like there will be more code out here, and does go down to the overwhelming damage of this team. Victory leading the charge here with the damage, and oh, so much of it is coming out from this Wraith. Again,
I'm not even sure if Victory is playing this hero as a duelist or as a tank at this point. It's it's absolutely maniac. They have such a strong and confident lead. They know exactly where to be. They're taking down all the required parts of the final boss. It should be game at any moment now. With 3 members of Pretty Derby down, the team fight,
Yeah.
any team fight that they take is going to be surely at a weakness. But
they
hey,
will
they lead,
take it
they
slow.
flee.
They will
and
take it slow. They will be a little bit more cautious here, as you know, 3 players are getting back up for Pretty Derby, and they're gonna be there to fight the patron, and I think I like this decision. You're still 30k, almost 30k up at this point, and you do not need to risk it, especially against the triple initiator of Pretty Derby. You do not know how the fight is gonna go against that comp, and now you're gonna try to extend the lead even further by farming up the jungle here. You're gonna take the Sinners, you're gonna take everything that is available, because look how much is available actually on the side of Eternal Clairvoyance. They're gonna sit for about 2 minutes here, and that lead is gonna balloon. Absolutely.
Yeah, well, I wasn't quite so happy of the decision there to back off. But as you correctly point out, in this composition that they're playing up against a triple initiator composition from Petty W. Is it triple initiator? With
Yes.
all the initiatives that they have, either way, it's certainly dangerous. You don't know where the fight's going to go, as you said.
Well, that is a last Guardian.
Sorry, how did they kill the Guardian? Well, things are going. I'm so sorry. While we're watching all this farming, they did manage to get a Guardian. I do not know how.
I mean, it's so far into the game that the Guardians take 1 million damage per second. It does scale with time, how much it takes from the player. Capping out at do not know what time. I'm really sorry, didn't do my homework today, but at this point in the game, it melts like butter. So it's no wonder that they took it out. It's more of a surprise that they took it out this late, honestly.
True. I do have to agree with that. It has been nearly over half an hour already, but unfortunately for some members here, Soul King has started to take a little bit of damage as they now start to push up here. In fact, Pretty Derby are pushing up to the ward and forcing some of them here to back away. One of the members is fleeing from the Patreon.
Yeah,
it looks like there might be a big fight coming down shortly.
On the left side of the map by Eternal Clairvoyance. They're trying to maybe find someone slacking here, but yeah, Pretty Derby, still smart for the opposition. They're not there.
But they're not there anymore.
But that does mean that Eternal Clairvoyance are going to continue picking up all that farm from the other side of the map, the safer side for Pretty Derby, and that will mean Pretty Derby is going to be a little bit choked up on souls after that little engagement. Mid boss is up, and will they go for it? Eternal Clairvoyance certainly seem like it. I mean, it is a little bit dangerous. But you do
Perhaps
have
we might be able to see
here.
a little bit of a recontest, but you do see, it's done a kill as well onto Winged. He'd been doing so much damage previously in earlier fights, but the health bars of Pretty Derby are going down quickly. 3v. I'm mincing my words once again. There's absolute chaos, and all these players are starting to go down. Health perks are being absolutely obliterated, but only Bebop is around, and I do not believe that they are going to be having any chance to have a go at the remaining players of Eternal Clairvoyance.
I mean, Victory is gonna go for the patron here, not even gonna go for the mid boss. You are up so many players, and it is gonna be a victory for Eternal Clairvoyance as they secure themselves the second victory in the day and in the tournament, as well as, I mean, they are on a rampage. They only have one match remaining after this, but if they are looking this hot, they are surely to take that one as well.
I can only hope so. They are doing exceptionally well, Eternal Clairvoyance. They have just one match left in the round robin for them, up against, I believe, second placed Last Call, who only recently lost their third match. So I wish them all the best. So perhaps Last Call are not the as strong as maybe they might have appeared in the previous matches. But then again, we'll never know whether they will be able to do that. It will be all down, though, to Eternal Clairvoyance. They will need to win that match against Last Call in order to really even have a chance of making it through the group stage. with Sinnersucks and Last Call. They're sitting at a 3-0 and 2-1 record, respectively. I mean, Sinnersuckers, they are almost certainly going to be heading through, having put themselves at the top of the pecking order for Group A. I
Yeah.
am certainly impressed at that team. No wonder people are looking forward to the last match of the day.
Yeah, that's so true. And I've just noticed on the page, heavy hitters have picked up a win against Moonshine over on the Group B. That will put heavy hitters in sole first place. But yeah, for now, I think that is gonna be it for me on the stream. It was so fun joining you guys for this one, and thank you to Yafa for co-casting.
Oh no,
this
you're
with me.
saying this is going to be all over already? Oh man,
It's
I
for
was so
me. It
looking
is for me.
forward
I am gonna
to.
go. Obviously, the stream is gonna go on for 2 more games, and
Of course, of course.
yeah. Good luck to you guys, and good luck to all the teams, especially. And I will see you. Maybe sometime soon.
Maybe tomorrow. Who knows if you're
Maybe
around
tomorrow.
tomorrow's matches? But
Yeah. We
there
will
are a
go
couple of
to
matches, as you're saying, coming up, and I'm also sad to just have to say goodbye so early. But we will have to be switching over to the next set of casters who will be coming online. Jace, I believe, will be popping on, which will be an exciting cast, I'm sure, if people have seen Jace before. And I
mean, they
believe
have
also
just now.
there's a chance that
Just
Salary might be coming online as well, who has got an excellent knowledge in the game and will be providing all sorts of interesting analysis for you guys.
all right. We're gonna go to a break, and on the other side, it is gonna be an exciting 2 matches of Deadlock coming your way.